What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Tyranny. Oh, we're surrounded this time around. All right. Oh, there's a trap right there too. I'm not feeling that T-rap right there. Oh, there's so many. Can I get in here to disarm them without starting the fight? Yeah, everybody back up, back up, back up. Everybody back up. Alright, you guys spread out a little further. Apparently we can pull one at a time, though. That's interesting. Most games have things linked together nowadays, but we just pulled one of them. I'm okay with that. I have no complaints. Yeah, shield bash his ass. Man, we just battered you like a chicken wing. You don't even know. You just got battered like a, I don't know what gets battered. A funnel cake. Yeah, you got battered like a funnel cake. Ow me.
Look at that. Future corpse.
Let's definitely not fall for that. Because they don't set off their own traps, which means I don't want to play anymore. Is he actually going to come this way? Oh, he's totally not. Okay, so...
Send them at me and wait.
Please don't step on that. Not till the trap is disarmed anyways. There we go. Everybody on this douchebag. Stop letting him throw javelins at us. I don't like pointy objects embedded inside my body. I'm pretty sure my lower colon does not want to have a pointy object inside of it. I haven't tested the theory, but it's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, well, you know, I could have an elephant step on my dick too, but I'm pretty sure I don't want that, so...
No other way. You see what
Ooh, camping supplies. Also, someone has hidden some boots inside of some potatoes. They're potato boots. Mirrored stompers. They give you spell reflection. However, they only have one armor. Those might be something that we would consider giving to our mage, possibly. Reflect 10% of incoming hostile spells back at their casters. That might be good, though, for our warriors, too. Like, that's kind of an all-around weapon that could be good regardless of who you put it on. Like, nobody wants to get hit with a spell, and so being able to bounce that back on enemies is pretty decent. For now, since he's sitting on... What's he doing right now? Those are actually not that great for him. What about for you? Not that great for you, either. Pretty decent for you. I mean, they give you armor, which is better than what we got going on, so I guess we'll have the mirrored stompers on then. Strangely enough, those seem to be built just for him, with him in mind, if Boots had a mind, or I guess if the cobbler had him. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I don't know what I'm talking about like 85% of the time, so you'll just have to bear with me and just hope for the best. Just hope that it works out. We haven't been down this way.
the soldiers are here.
Yes, we are. We knocked, but you didn't let me in. You say, keep on knocking, but you can't get in. Keep on knocking, but you can't get in. And then I did get in, and now you just got problems. Matani Sybil's shrill voice pierces the air, a clarion call addressed not to you, but to the citizens of the village. Do not fear, sons and daughters of Apex. Kairos' hounds are at our doorstep. The Vendrian Guard will not abandon you. Brave warriors of the Vendrian Guard, these foreigners and sellouts mean to burn our homes and butcher our families. Summon what strength you have and show Kairos the price of taking our land. Several soldiers step out from behind half-closed doorways and dimly lit alleyways, fury blazing in their eyes. The partisans shout battle cries to marshal their courage, and you see the gray gleam of iron as they brandish their weapons in charge. How in the name of Ash did these hill folk get their hands on iron weapons? Barrack regards the locals with momentary panic and bewilderment before setting his stance for battle. Oh, this is not good. We're going to have to fall back.
Heads up.
Alright, so you guys go right there. Fight with his ass for a minute. I would like for you guys to start working on that one right there. Oh my god, so much damage done already. Okay, so with all that damage flying around everywhere, let's step you back for a minute so you're not getting cleavinated. You throw that over there. You throw some attacks over to that side. Oh shit, they got a mage too. Oh, this is a big fight. This is not going to turn out well. So everybody who has a little bit of health gone. Where are your potions, sir? How come his quick items aren't showing up? Oh, because they're right there. They're actually not in a slot. Oh, that makes a bit more sense then. Okay. Cool. Show enough. Oh, we got issues, though. Big issues. Like, this guy's got to go, like, yesterday. Go ahead and get on the mage. Mage is going to be squirrely and hard to hit, but it'll have to do. And if we can land the hits, then we'll just make it happen. Meanwhile, he needs to use a health potion, keep himself spry. No, you continue helping out over here. The only thing I want from you is the murder of this guy. He has to go. We cannot get... Yeah, exactly. We cannot be eating those fireballs nonstop. Like, I can heal through some of it, but... This seems definitely to be a bit more on the Diablo end of the woods, where, like, they want you to... Alright, so you go take the archer. He's doing okay over here, so I'm going to leave him on his own for now. He's fighting with him. It seems like they're favoring more of, like, a hack-and-slash type deal, where you can use potions as much as you want. Sorry, don't do that. You go right there. I would like for you to sunder him. An 85% chance. There it is. That's what I like to see. And then while we're in the neighborhood, go ahead and use a potion. Before you get wounded, go ahead and use a potion. Give him some flame. Let him have it. There it is. And down he goes. Let's go ahead and we're going to clear up over here.
My armor feels light.
Well, I would assume it would. You've been wearing it like it's a suit of, you know, you've been wearing it like it's a... like it's underwear, essentially, for the last little bit. That fight looked kind of nasty to me, but we actually pulled it through okay. F2 to there. She doesn't have anything yet. Go ahead and heal her while you've got the chance. So there it is, a 31 heal on that side. And this guy should be down very, very shortly. And down he goes. Another successful combat for us. The Oathbreakers have definitely broken their oaths upside the heads of the Vendrian Guard. We've got some Vendrian Guard heavy bronze greaves. Don't think those are going to be particularly useful right now, but we'll throw them in the stash so that we can sell them later. Crates have a small series of notches on the top left corner of each box, and scuffs on the ground suggest they were dragged from a nearby home. The notches were a sign, if you recall, that they were Vendrian Guard property.
I keep a torsion wrench handy.
You individuals, how you doing here? Ethokal village appears to be unusually well supplied. It's likely the locals have been helping the revolutionary forces for some time. Well, you know what that means. We just can't have that. It's not that I want to slaughter you guys. It's just that you're helping the people that are trying to kill me. Almost been bisected by Earthshaker magic. Antio likely ordered his mages to do so to intimidate the villagers. I don't see anything else over here. We'll keep looking around, though, just in case. Nothing up on that side. That appears to finally let us access the rooftops over here. I don't know if we've checked every corner yet, but we've checked a lot of them. Let's go up on this roof over here first and see if there's any treasure or good stuff up there for us to have. We've also got level ups that probably would have been better applied earlier, but let's give her... See, that doesn't help with bows. So I guess we'll keep her going with armor deflection, essentially. Seeing if we can get her to pierce through. On this side, she can do piercing arrows. Attacks made with bows gain armor penetration. She gains a bonus to dodge, hobbled prey. I'm going to go with the armor penetration. Meanwhile, I think he's also got something going on. So Seasoned Veteran is the next one that I said I was going to take. So there it is. He can now engage multiple people. I think that just means he gets attacks of opportunity on whoever he's up against. Keep working on his strength, making him stronger and better and faster and all that kind of stuff. All their skills have already been applied, so that's that. Let's go see what's on top of this roof, if there's any treasure around or any spoils for us to take.
Let's be off.
Heavy bronze armor, eh? Sexy. Send it to the stash. Ooh, there's another one over there that I missed. Treasure, treasure everywhere, and all of it is mine. Echo Call Village is the thing. We got to take the bridge so that we can go into the city and take everything else out. And up until we do that, it seems like we're kind of shit creek. Alright, so he's got that. Go ahead and use that to remove your final wound. It says it removes a wound. I don't know if it actually does at this point. Like, maybe it can't reduce them fully. Maybe it just reduces like a stack or something. I don't know. Alright, back over this way. I'll read the next one a little bit better. 120-point stasis shield for 15 seconds. Dire Remedy removes hostile effects and boosts the Imbiber's healing rate, but also causes a brief period. Oh, so you'll be immobile for a little bit. Alright. Now work your way over here. Oh, cool. Maybe we get our own castle later, just like in Pillars of Eternity. I felt like in Pillars of Eternity, that was the #1 thing that they underutilized. Like, they just did not use that mechanic well enough. Like, you became the Lord of a Keep, but, like, you so rarely actually had anything that you needed to resolve as a Lord. Like, you occasionally had visitors come and be like, oh, I proclaim this, blah, 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 you know? But it didn't happen very often. It's a lot of soldiers. They're here. Weapons up, and remember those no longer with us. Honor them with your courage and with your prowess. The captain turns to face you as you approach. Fatebinder, we are proper warriors, are we not? This battle should remain between those of us who specialize in dealing death. Let the villagers go. They did not ask for this conflict. I'm not here for slaughter. I prefer to talk. Really, the trail of my dead friend says otherwise, and what is there to say, Fatebinder, unless it's sorry for all the murders, followed by a big swig of hemlock? It's too late for words to solve anything. The captain looks at you expectantly. Your soldiers stand ready, and muffled cries and sobs from the villagers fill the air. Well, this is easy. You tell them you're going to slaughter the villagers unless they stand down. Simple enough. You got to play their duty against themselves. Like, you don't have to be a genius to see that that's the play that would work against a person like this. My goal is to gain your surrender without bloodshed. That is a commendable notion, but a tragically simple one. If any here could stomach life in the chorus or submission to his favored work camp, that person already surrendered years back. The folks standing before you are the ones serious about freedom. Besides, we already reneged on a surrender. I know any deal you've come to offer is just a trap, as the Archon's pride demands they bury us. So sorry, we've been at this for too long. Death or glory. No third option. So the rest of the insurrection is doomed to failure. Why throw away your lives, then? We have demonstrated that a once vanquished people can rise from the dust and bloody the Archons. If the objective is to send a message to others in the tiers, then this has been a resounding success. Kairos brings order. Why resist unity and prosperity? Like the unity between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, she throws back her head, issuing a dramatic laugh. That's not the sort of peace that we want. Besides, peace is overrated. Peace means tolerating the evil in your neighbor. It is a cowardly dream for those with simplistic notions of the world. But I concede half your point. A thought dawns across her face with a smile. The Vendrian Guard was once simply the army of Apex. But now we have volunteers from all over the realm joining our cause, so you're correct about bringing unity. Alright, the townsfolk may go, the rest of you stand and fight. Far be it from me to question a call, but this village is a source of aid for the Vendrian Guard. We would be fools to leave it standing to resupply our enemies the moment we turn our backs. He does have a good point. Sure, kill the village. Fair point. The villagers are guilty as well. I'll surrender. Well, I said I was going to play this, though, as an arbiter. Although they are guilty. Technically, Judge Dredd wouldn't allow you to Judge Dredd wouldn't let you supply drug dealers. I'm just saying. Judge Dredd wouldn't allow that. He'd take everybody out. He'd just be like, blah, 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 blah. So if I said I was going to play this Judge Dredd style, technically we have to kill them all because they're all guilty. They've all committed crimes against the Empire. I think there's a fair debate to be had here, but we don't really have time for it on camera. All will surrender or die. I didn't know your guilt was a winter fever so easily shared throughout the village, but perhaps the only way to impress your overlord is to slaughter the sick and unready. They knew the cost of defying Kairos. That's about the logic I'd expect from one of Kairos' pawns. Captain points at you, hefting her blade to the ready. I want this spineless pile of shit off my riverbank. You know, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. You guys, I want you on the mage, please. You, sir, rush up the center.
Trouble is afoot.
You weave across, block him off. Actually, no, if we've broken the line, everybody on the mage then. Go ahead and give me a fireball. You drink a potion. Keep yourself healthy. Impalement. You stay on that one. As soon as I can kill off the mage, we'll move on some of the other opponents. Hopefully he can hold them here without too many problems. He's taking a little bit of damage, so we'll go ahead and heal him on up. Sunder goes down and deals some decent damage. It looks like he is trying to save himself now by casting some kind of deflection spell. You stay right there. All I need is a dead mage. All I want for Christmas is a real dead mage. A real dead mage. We're going to follow the old adage of Geek the Mage, which is Shadowrun standard. If you see a mage, you lay that fool out with a quickness. She, unfortunately, does not have a whole lot left. She's got Enraged Affliction. She's also got Scarlet Poison. Use it. This is a fight that I'm sure is bound to be dire. You go ahead and heal yourself on your next turn. There we go. So now that he's had his second wind, go ahead and shield slam there. If you've got fire, use it on that one. You, sir, stay right there. Cast the binding seal on him just in case he goes down. I don't think that he will. It appears as though actually melees in this game are not amazing DPSers. Like, it seems like majority of the damage is done by people with bows and by spells. Go ahead and kill Matani first. She made dick signs at me, which means she's got to go. It's like flipping somebody off in traffic. Like, if you could get him out of the car, it's like, well, I whooped this dude's ass. This shit's about to go. Put your arm in the door jam.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Oh, she's gonna beg for mercy. We're gonna kill everybody. Nope, you don't raise blades against Cairo. Sorry. I am loyal, and I am severe in my judgments. But let none be judged who are not guilty. There is no such thing as innocence, only varying degrees of guilt. Sybil can barely summon the strength to crawl, and after several attempts she slips on her own pooling blood. She lifts her head to focus on you. She mouths several words, though no cogent sound escapes her mouth, until she falls to her knees, bracing her side. Well done, Fatebinder. If this one survives its wounds, we even have a fresh present for the Archon of Secrets. He did request a personal audience with any leader we can take alive. That's a mighty big if. These southern folk are a sickly bunch. Annio wags a hand dismissively. Looking at her suffer, it's making me sick. I'll kill her and get it over with. Let this one go. Why would I do that? She flipped me off over a bridge. She had multiple chances. I gave her so many chances. And I tried to be a just god, Leonidas. I tried. But no, she wouldn't let it happen. Although if the Archon did request the leader, I should probably send her back to the Archon. Nah, whatever. I promised her death. I bring money to my friends. I bring death to my enemies. Do it. The words are a command hissed through bloodied lips. With a decisive swing, you bring your weapon down on her skull and shatter her brains across the rooftop. It would appear that Echo Call Village had a larger enemy presence than we suspected. They also had a whole crop of iron weapons stockpiled here. Bet those innocent villagers were helping to gather battlefield salvage or maybe stealing from our camp. And it's our iron now. The Fatebinder did promise all the salvage, don't forget. And what of this village? The locals could have trapped the houses, so too risky to commandeer the site. He shrugs, his tone becoming matter-of-fact. We should burn it down. It'll cut off support, send a message, and the smoke signal will give others a visible rallying point when crossing the Matani. Do we just waste all that blood and time capturing this place to torch it all? Now, I adore the mystical power of fires in ways that none of you could ever possibly understand, but even I think there's a time and a place for arson. Fatebinder, kindly tell Antio he's free to burn his half of the village. The Scarlet Chorus would like to keep our half of the spoils, not smoke it. There's no point conquering a country if you're just going to scorch the whole thing. The settlement should be preserved, even though they are guilty. I was bluffing with her, saying I was going to murder everybody. It was a gamble and it didn't work. The settlement should be preserved. There's no point ruling over a wasteland, essentially. You place too much trust in the locals, especially after their last deception. The first chance they get, they'll turn coat and stab the gang boss in the back. That would only prove our point. These are competent fighters who are better put to work in Kairos' army. No boss who falls to a simple villager deserves to live anyways. Kairos' edict looms overhead and we have nothing better to do with our time. The disfavored warrior shakes his head in a huff and turns to his squad. You hear that? The chorus just made this town their headache. Now start rounding up your gear. There's lots to do before we rest. A sensible decision, dear Fatebinder. If we hold to the disfavored pogrom of raised soil, what will remain for us to rule? Bitterquip claps his hands, raising his voice to address his gangs. Seize this place. Search the homes and take all that you can carry. Give each survivor a chance at the voice's mercy, but to the ungrateful, be brutal. Fatebinder, you've helped enough. The Iron Marshal has sent word that the Archons are meeting at the disfavored camp and your presence is requested. You should make haste back to camp and we'll take it from here. Very well.
Let's be off.
Any loot to be had over here? We have a iron greatsword. We also have an Imperial Iron Falcata, which seems pretty sexy. It looks like it's quite a bit better than what we're rocking right now. Iron weapons over bronze, in my opinion. So we will take the sword, and we will add it to our repertoire, now dealing 10 to 13. However, be aware that this is slash and pierce versus just pierce. So, that being what it is, we've returned the village to its owners. Let's go ahead and we'll excuse ourselves at this location. Our job here is done as an arbiter. Wonder how many people we get in our warband by the end. Maybe 6? Possibly? I hope it's 6. I like bigger groups. I like Baldur's Gate sized groups. That's one of the reasons why Neverwinter Nights never really stuck with me, is because you only had 2 characters, and it was like, okay, that's an odd choice, but sure, I guess I'll take it. Back to camp we go. I'm trying to avoid resting for right now because we are on the clock after all. We've got a week left until all of us are dead, but that still doesn't fill me with a whole lot of happiness. The difference between, like, the Scholars Camp, the difference between the Disfavored Camp and the Scarlet Chorus is pretty ridiculous. This guy was selling stuff, right? Let me see your wares. We gotta unload some things over here. I'll keep the Iron Greatsword. We'll get rid of all of our trash loot, obviously. And as far as that goes, we'll sell the hide. Items, I'll hold on to that stuff just in case. Anything that's chilling over here, though, I'll keep some extras, I guess. Like, if we've got extra loot around, maybe we get new characters later on down the line. So I'll try to keep at least, like, 1 or 2 of anything that we've got. An Honor Guard's Falx. That's actually not a bad weapon. It's got decent range, too. It ain't got no penetration, though. Basically, if we've got multiples, I'll just get rid of those so that we can make some cash. So we've got 16 gold or bronze rings. Ceremonial Fatebinder of 2 non-boots. No, let me have a look at what armor you've got going on, pal. Nothing that I really like the looks of. He's got a disfavored iron sword, so he's already equipped fairly well. Actually, nothing really like jumping out at me right now. So, off we go. We also need to talk with the blacksmith because we figured out what happened to the supplies, I think. The settlement near Echo Call Crossing would be a good place to look for it. Okay, so not Echo Call itself, but near Echo Call. To Ash's tent we go.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Another brilliant idea. Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation? What could possibly go wrong?
You hear the voices in your head. We love saying that name Cairn just to watch him squirm. Graven Ash had so much hair before he met us. What is Cairn? As tall as the hills, Cairn is the Archon of Stone. Oh, got it.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Archon Ash turns and seeing you enter the tent relaxes.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
Indeed I have. Alright, our operations in Echo Call Crossing and Tripnettle Wilderness were successful. Why aren't you two marching towards Ascension Hall?
Nothing would please us more than to be done with this wretched valley. Perhaps if we had more support from the disfavored, and from the court.
Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
The Oathbreaker raiders were broken, and most importantly, their captain was taken. And he told us. The Archon of Secrets grips his helmet as a chittering percussion of whispers pour forth.
Nothing! Curse you, motherless fucks! What have you brought but fire and
The voices of Narat slaps his forehead for a moment. The emerald flames within his robes dim.
Oh, suffering doesn't really capture the nuance of what we've done. Apologies. We've been savoring this one's defiance. We know much of their inner workings, their desperate allies, their foolish hopes. This is our battle to lose.
Why I am on equal footing with Kairos' clown, I will never understand. So, Fatebinder, you would deem this mission successful?
The Oathbreakers were scattered, and I took the captain alive as requested. There's not much else to add.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Mittani. Report.
Securing the Mittani was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tide still lives, and the river has turned against us despite our losses. Our day ended in success at Echo Call Crossing, though victory came at a great cost. When it came time to secure the nearby Echo Call village, there was a distressing discovery. The villagers have been stashing iron weaponry, no doubt stolen from our supply lines. Commander Ennio wished to burn the village, but the chorus disagreed and the Fatebinder backed their claim. A few of them got away, but their leader, Captain Mittani Sybil, did not. Our spies tell us she was one of the founding members of the insurrection. Her death will no doubt dishearten the Oathbreakers.
One less noble scion of Apex with delusions of relevance. Good riddance.
Have we forgotten why we marched south in the first place? Are we to rule over a sea of corpses? Have you any idea how difficult it is to tax dead people? Your treatment of the locals is short-sighted. We alone follow the commandments of the Overlord.
As if to emphasize his words, the voices of Narat talks again. This is absurd. We aim to bring mercy and peace while Ash remains fixated on ruthless slaughter. We take the noble path of tolerance, acceptance, forgiveness towards the enemy, and while the disfavor would happily see every tearsman in a grave or a cage, and yet we're seen as wicked, troublesome. Oh, as the wicked, troublesome one. I'm not, like, both of these seem to be against Graven Ash. We can safely assume that Kairos would want some bloodshed, otherwise why send the disfavored?
Sophistry becomes you, Fatebinder. But we think the disfavored was sent to learn from our example. What other reason would the Overlord have for slowing us down with such a burdensome ally? Kairos' Day of Swords approaches, and our allies in the disfavored and the court refuse to work with us. There is clearly only one reason for this. Graven Ash and Tunon have allied against us. You conspire to rob us of our deserved glory!
You hear voices in your head. We see how it really is. You're all against us. Enough bickering. We're running out of time to take the Ascension Hall.
Fatebinder is right. Our survival is at stake. All that matters is taking Ascension Hall. Iron Marshal, ready our troops. Fifth Eye, tell your gangs to cover our flanks.
You will do as we order. You are not to take orders from this addled Potts.
Then the impasse is clear. We both wish for the honor of leading this final assault on the Vendrian Guard. Since Tunon is not here to select the rightful bearer of this honor, we must turn to the Archon's proxy.
With whom do you stand?
He wags his scepter at you. Now is not the time for compromise. One of us will have the honor of completing this glorious conquest. We know you will choose wisely. We can send them both together. We can let the disfavored lead, or we can let the chorus lead. I think it's better to send the conscripts first. Let the enemy waste their arrows on the conscripts, and then you send in the elite warriors once the path has been cleaved. March together, I guess.
You test my patience, Fatebinder. We did not ask for a weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied. Whom do you support? Are you going to let the Scarlet Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kairos' true disciples, the disfavored?
Well, fine then. If you guys are going to be dicks about it, the Scarlet Chorus can lead.
You'd stand with the madman and his rabble? I am shocked. I counted you amongst our allies, and your name was held in some regard amongst my troops. So be it. I will add another name to our record of hate. Out of respect for the Blue Flag troops, I won't have you slain where you stand. If you leave my camp and don't look back.
Are you kidding me right now? Dude, I am the authority over you. You can't threaten me with death.
A wise choice. The Scarlet Chorus will be honored to silence the last of the Vendrian Guard insult. Graven Ash, we hereby order you to stand down and remain here at camp until we have secured the Citadel.
If the chorus leads the charge, they will fail. I will not sit idly by while the edict claims my legion. The disfavored will carve a path to the Citadel on our own, if that's what it takes.
He raises his maul to strike. Holy shit. Civil War. Fatebinder, your vision comes into focus, as does the feeling of a hand on your shoulder. Are you with me, Fatebinder? You don't look hurt, so say something. What happened? Your guardian here came to your rescue. The Crimson Spear taps Barrack on the shoulder with a hearty smile. Barrack turns to greet the gesture with a cold stare.
I wasn't trying to save you. I was trying to save her.
He points to Verse and sighs.
And what happened, you bleeding hard iron shit tower?
Verse crosses her arm and glares.
I picked her up and she stabbed me. Put a dent in my side that I won't forget. So I put her down and dragged you out here to recuperate.
What is it with you two?
This is no time to narrate our life stories. If the edict comes crashing down on our heads, none of it will matter anyway.
On that note, better to leave now while we're well parted. You've made your allegiances clear. I hope you serve a good long term with the Scarlet Chorus, and that we never meet on the wrong side of the battlefield.
This isn't about choosing sides, it's about resolving the edict. Stay with me as my deputy at least that long, and then I will release you from service.
I've had enough of your justifications and empty values. Your actions speak a great deal louder than your slippery words. How could I put my trust in an enemy of the great general? Why shouldn't I simply kill you now, traitor?
He roars with inhuman fury and shoves you with all of his strength. He raises his hands as if to strangle you, and then lowers them, trembling with restraint.
No. You aren't worth it. I have too much to accomplish in service to the great general to deal with you now. When we meet in the field of battle, I won't have any reservations about cutting off your breath.
Fool, get athletics. Barrick takes the blow with only the slightest grunt of displeasure. He rises to his full height, towering overhead like a statue of iron. Now that I have your attention, submit. Only I have the strength to break this siege.
You are incompetent, and this war will take you like a row of wheat before the scythe. You would put your trust in thieves and rapists before the Archon of war. But I will allow that this stalemate has drawn on for too long, and your influence has been felt. I will remain at your side, if only to see this edict undone. Beyond that is anyone's guess.
The voices of Narad has already departed for camp, and I'm headed there now. Come, join us. We would be honored to have you join us for the assault. I mean, it's not like there's anything left for you here. Well, shit. I didn't know I was picking, like, a permanent side, because I definitely like the other guys better. They have a better color scheme. But, well, what's done is done. And we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all in the next episode of Tyranny. I don't think this decision's actually going to matter in the long term. I think we're going to become like the Lord of the Spire or something, and then we'll kill all these dudes anyways. Who gives a shit? Bye, everybody!